you now have the ability to say no. I think na master mo na ang art of saying no eh.
There is a YouTube page. You should Google it. It's called The Power of the Positive No. When someone asks you something, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. If it's not, oh, game! And I also know that when I ask other people, if they say no, I change the question. Because if someone says no, I'm just asking the wrong question.
Welcome to the Paco's Place podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Sendwave and ABBA e-Services.
And the podcast will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nakakatawa, nagkakilala kami 3 decades ago. Nagkasungitan pa kami unang beses namin magkakilala. But ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause, Miss G Tongi.
Hello, Paco. Finally, it has happened to me. Nandito na rin ako.
Alam mo yung feeling na you are and were on our short list. When we started, siguro ang mga nasa isip namin was my wife, intro voice, you. And the reason why you was because di tayo nagkaroon ng opportunity to really be close. And then, pinaalala mo kanina, akala ko ako lang nakakaalala nun.
Hindi, naalala ko pa yun. We got started on the wrong foot.
Yeah,
it happens.
You guys bullied me. I was like, get out of my dressing room.
I remember. You were in the dressing room on the far right.
Right?
Me and Joey Mead were there.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't our dressing room, but tumichika kami sa'yo. Medyo tinarayan mo kami. So kami yung parang, ganon. Palibhasa. You were very, very popular at the time. We were nobodies at the time.
No, we were all new at the time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Kasi kasikatan ng Line to Heaven nung time na yun.
Kaya nga, sikat ka na nga nun. Kaya medyo, yung dating mo, parang, you were kicking us out of your dressing room.
Kasi hindi nyo ako sinasali siguro sa conversation.
So ang nangyari no, so that started the whole, Paco. Mayabang yan. Musician na mayabang yan. But isn't it funny how you can get started on the wrong foot for no apparent reason?
Yeah.
And then decades later,
We're laughing.
yes, kasi matanda na tayo. May life experience na.
Yun na nga eh. Tapos before coming on the air, nabanggit mo na kayong dalawa ni Jonathan magkasama sa unang movie, Roller Boys.
Roller Boys, I was 16.
So imagine the comparison, di ba? Na people know na, bait-bait ni Jonathan, ang salba-salbahay ni Paco. In your head, you're like, damn right.
Yeah, because Jonathan would just smile. He couldn't say anything, right? Ako naman, ang bait naman nito. Walang masabi. Kasi sobrang shy, 'di ba? Tapos eto, complete opposite. 'Di ba? Medyo mahangin, may forma. 'Di ba? Lead singer.
Grabe, no? Hindi, ako yung drummer.
Ikaw yung drummer, pero feeling mo. Ikaw yung lead singer.
Oh my God, feeling lang yon. So, when did you migrate to the States?
I migrated here when I was 21.
Why?
In the year 2000. There were certain things about Manila na, I started working young.
Teka, time out. Anong safe word natin? Kasi I'm just gonna go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, go down the rabbit hole. I don't have a safe word.
Well, guys, baka masaya to ha. Okay, so 2000.
I was 21.
Okay.
In the year 2000. And I had been working since I was 14, doing modeling.
Yes.
At 16, I got signed to a 16-picture 4-year contract with Regal Films.
You fulfilled those pictures.
More than double. Wow. I did 40 films by the time I was 21. But this was the pito-pito days.
Yeah.
We would
Pitong
do a
shooting.
full-length movie in 7 days.
Tapos 7 days post-production.
Yes, tapos
Tapos,
you know,
yeah.
so talagang lagare. And I was young. I didn't finish high school, Paco. Never finished high school.
What?
Yeah. I didn't go back to college till I had children.
Wait, was this a dream to be an artista? Was it?
No. I was just at Faces Disco one day. Barely 17. 16. No, barely turned 16. And this guapo artista,
Who?
who's also a director, just came from NYU because he took a directing class.
Wow.
And he came up to me and he was like, I just came back from New York City and I was at NYU taking a directing class and I'm going to direct my mom's movie, her story. Do you want to be in it? And I was like, ew, I'm a model. Artista? Kadiri.
Oo nga, may ganon, di ba?
May ganon. Buti na lang binatukan ako ni Eric Kison. Hoy, ano ka ba? Ginanon ako na parang...
Wait,
tama.
magkakilala na kayo ni Kais ng time na to?
He was the director.
Pucha, that was him?
That was him. He discovered me at Faces Disco with D-Boy Trofeo. And I just have to say...
How old were you nung time na to?
Barely 16. I had just turned 16
When
years
was
old.
this?
Faces Disco 94?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So that was your first,
And my life trajectory changed because of that.
who knew ha? Si
Yeah.
Kais pa talaga.
Si Kais talaga.
Nagkaroon ka ng, okay, mamaya natin. Talaga, touched by a Quezon ka agad ha?
Swerte, di ba? Swerte.
So, diniscover ka ni Eric Quezon and then?
And then I was starring in all his films, all his shows, Ready, Get, Set, Go.
Di ba?
Right? I became family right away.
Teka, wait. You became family right away. Huliin ko yun, guys.
Oh,
ha?
sige.
So, ganun ba kayo nagkakilala ni Epi dahil doon?
He was my AD. He was my
Wow.
AD. So, syempre, nilalandi ako ng AD ko. Ang landi. O, paano na?
Gaano katagal kayo nag-date ni Epi?
Epi and I dated from the time I was 17 till about 21.
What happened?
I moved to the States.
What was the conversation with him? I mean, that's a long relationship.
It's a long relationship, but he's also a Quezon. So, you know, you could put the two and
Yeah,
two
yeah.
together. And we were very young. I mean, I had dreams of going to America, of doing film and television, right? And what happened was I went to New York. And when I went to New York to study, I met someone else.
So when you went to New York, wala kayong closure ni Epi nung time na yun. It was more, pupunta ka sa New York, bahala na ako ano mangyayari.
Yes. And then I met someone. And then he was also seeing someone. And whenever I would go back to the Philippines, we would still see each other, right?
Wait. You would see...
I would see the Quezons, of course.
Okay. So, okay. Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, this is yummy.
No, but you know,
We were young.
we were young, and I will always regard my time with Epi as a big learning experience. Because I mean, Epi is an artist,
Yeah.
right? And to be in a relationship with an artist is challenging.
By the way, when you say the word artist, baka hindi nahuhuli ng tao na malalim tong lalaking pinag-uusapan natin.
Musician,
Yeah.
visual artist,
Poet,
actor, director, 'di ba? And
mataba utak nito.
nasa genes talaga eh.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Tatay niya si Dolphy.
But this guy is super funny. We sa mga hindi nakakilala, we think he's funny on camera. No, he is funny 24/7 without even trying. That guy. Ngayon ko lang naalala, oh my God. Magkausap kami ni, guys, kayo ko lang kwento kay Gito ha. Magkausap kami ni Epi, nasa network tayo. Nagkita kami ni Epi, magkausap kami. Ikaw, naka full hood ka, talagang hindi mo ako pinapansin o kinakausap. Sabi ko, oh, still on.
Holding a grudge, right?
Like, ganyan.
Ganyan.
Like, I did not exist.
Is it too late to ask for forgiveness?
Is it too late to ask for forgiveness? Ako muna. I'm
ikaw
sorry.
muna. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Paco, I'm sorry.
Joey, if you're watching, I'm sorry also.
Okay, Okay, I'm glad after 30
Diba?
years, we've squashed that. That's good. That's good. This is progress, Paco. Progress.
Dapat 2020 ko pa balak gawin to nga, diba? Kung nagpunta ka. So, okay. So, seeing no strings attached, what made you hit the nail on the head na, you know what? Hello, New York. I'm staying.
I went to school. I went to Lee Strasberg Theater Institute, and for the first time in my life, I was really learning the craft. Kasi, let's face it, naging artista ako. Oy, maganda ka. Oy, mestiza ka. Sige. I didn't have any training as an actor. Diba? Iyak! You know, it was never something I learned how to do. I was just put on the spot. And so for the first time in my life, I was learning sense memory, Stanislavski, right? It was a humbling experience that I really needed at the time because I was only 21 and I had achieved so much at such a young age that I needed the grounding.
Yun ang sasabihin ko. Ngayon, context. You were searching for context na kung saan nanggagaling yung craft mo. Diba?
Because, I mean, I was doing films, TV, I was doing commercials. I was doing so much, but when I really thought about why I was doing it, I was unsure.
But were you working?
No. I still always had the opportunity to go back to the Philippines, which I'm so grateful for, diba? Namiski ngayon kung gusto kong umuwi, may oportunidad pag merong mga shooting dito, diba? Pero the reason why I was doing it was purely for financial gain.
When you say financial gain, kumbaga, to broaden your resume, something like that, or?
No, I mean, sorry, let me back up. The reason na naging artista ako
Was for financial gain.
was for financial gain. The reason I wanted to study was because I had been exposed to the artistry. Like, I worked with Peque Gallaga.
I know.
I worked with so many, this was a time when I was working with Richard Gomez, Maricel Soriano, like all of these great actors na talagang pag napapanood mo sila, talagang ibang level, This was prior to the days na merong mga influencers.
So feeling mo nung time na may imposter syndrome ka?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I had to study because, diba, I was given all this opportunity, but at the end of the day, para akong nasa aquarium.
So when you were here, who was with you? Ikaw lang mag-isa?
So I have family in New Jersey.
How about in the Philippines?
My mom was in the Philippines.
Nagpapadala ka ng pera?
Always and forever! Ang galing mo mag-segue.
Ano ginagamit mo pagpapadala ng pera?
Gusto ko yung walang fees.
Meron bang ganun?
Merong ganun. Dati kasi pupunta ka pa sa location, magpapadala. Eto, gamit ko lang, telepono.
Okay. Sendwave yan, di ba?
Sendwave yan.
Kasi ang maganda sa kanila, I tried them before. Because I wanted to see it. Dahil if you're a new Sendwave account holder, they give you $20.
Nice, di ba?
Did you experience that?
Absolutely. Saan ka makakapulot ng 1,000 pesos?
Wala mo anong ginawa ko. Anong ginawa mo sa $20?
Pinadala ko.
Kanino?
Sa kapatid ko.
Ako sa sarili ko. Hindi ako.
Kasi may account ka pa sa Pilipinas, di ba? Smart.
Hindi. Ang ginawa ko, kasi madi-divide mo eh. Because you can send even as low as $1, ha?
Correct.
Wala silang limit. So, ang ginawa ko doon sa 20, I kid you not, $2, $2, $2, $2. 10 times. Kasi walang fee.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And then, mataas pa ang ang conversion nila.
That's right. And so, I still have property in the Philippines. Ang daming kailangan bayaran. Ngayon, pwede ka nang magpadala GCash. Diretso.
That's what we've been doing with our social media manager sa Philippines.
Nice.
Pinapadala namin ng $10 a month. No, just kidding.
Oy, sasabihin ko sana, wow.
Sana all. Sino?
No, but that's smart. That's
Yeah.
smart. Meron kang tao sa Pilipinas na tumutulong sa'yo.
And then no fee. I mean, yun ang difference because I've been sending money to the Philippines like you were here since 2000. Been here since 2001. yun ang pumapatay sa atin eh. Unang-unang hindi natin nara-write off ang pagpapadala sa Pilipinas.
No, and a lot of us Filipinos send money to the Philippines, diba? Kasi we take care of our family.
Yeah. And I would use that. You know, speaking of using that, you guys should use that. I'll take the opportunity,
Yes.
G, to let everybody know that if you're watching this episode and you haven't done any padala sa Pilipinas using Sendwave, i-type nyo Paco 24 when you join in to get that $20.
Oh, de meron kayong 1,000 na pwedeng ipadala, di ba? Yeah, you just go to the Apple store and you download the app, Sendwave.
Yeah.
And it looks like that.
Ito, yung logo.
Oo.
Yun yung app. So, okay. Mami mo na sa Philippines, right? Nagpapadala ka ng pera sa Pilipinas. Was it hard to actually tell your mom, I want to migrate to the States?
Because I was so independent, Paco, I don't think I even asked. I just said, this is what I'm doing. I was 21. What did I know? But my mom always was giving me the opportunity to make mistakes on my own. I'm not saying that it was a mistake to move at 21.
Can you expound on that?
Yeah.
Because now you're a mom eh, di ba?
Yes.
You have kids.
My mother was the kind of mother that had her own thing going on. I was not her only thing in life. So, you know, there were times when my mom had to go abroad, and like a lot of Filipino families, you know, my mom was working abroad for a time. I remember being at home with, you know, the help at home, like a lot of times growing up.
So independent ka talaga.
Oo eh. And so when I told my mom na, Mom, I'm 21. I'm gonna go to New York City. She helped me research the school,
Oh.
you know, and she was like, go, you know, because she knew I never graduated high school. She got excited at the opportunity that I wanted to go back to school.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question with regard to that because there are parents who actually say, mag-aral ka muna and then saka mo gawin yung gusto mong gawin pagkatapos mong mag-aral. I'm not one of those parents. Unfortunately, I come from the other side, which is sana mag-aral ka pero kung may gusto kang gawin mo na habang bata ka kasi hindi naman mawawala ang school. Ang daming bumabaril sa akin sa ganong klaseng philosophy.
No, I agree with you because I was very non-traditional, right? Like I said, third year high school lang ata natapos ko. Hindi ako nakatapos ng high school. I took the exam.
Yeah.
Di ba may exam
Yes.
na parang GED sa
Yes,
Pilipinas?
yes.
So nag-aral ako sa UP 1 semester lang. At hindi kaya talaga ng schedule. I always wanted to, but it just didn't work out. And so it wasn't until I was older and then I went back to college when I had kids na. Yeah.
Okay.
I went to community college at Pierce College in the Valley. My child was 2 and I was pregnant with my youngest.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2 kids.
One going to college na.
It's been that long.
Yes.
And isipin mo, Pierce College for your undergrad, pero nag-masters ka pa.
Pierce College for 2 years to get my AA,
Okay, associate degree. Okay.
right? That guaranteed me transfer to UCLA
For your
For my-
bachelor's.
for my bachelor's.
Oh, wow.
I went to Pierce College and I said, I didn't graduate high school. Can I take a test to go to this community college? They said, yeah, take the test, English and math. I scored high. I went into the PACE program for accelerated college
Yeah.
education. Buntis ako on my second. So I went to school every other Saturday from 9 to 5 and once a week from 6 to 10 for 2 years. I got my AA and then they told me that I got accepted to UCLA because I was an honor student.
Scholarship na to, hindi pa rin.
Not yet. I was an honor student at the community college level. And so because of that, I got put on top of the pile for transfers. And I got into a very impacted program, the communications department at UCLA that only accepts a limited amount of students that transfer. So I got in and I had to petition pa kasi when I was there, ayoko umalis. Nag-double minor pa ako. Film, television, digital art, and theater
Oh, wow.
with a communications major. So I had to petition to stay longer. Kasi ayokong tumigil sa pag-aaral. Ginawa ko siyang karir.
So, kung gaano ka passionate sa paggawa ng mga pelikula, chinanel mo yung energy na yon sa pag-aaral.
Yes, and everything that I wrote about, that I learned about, that I studied about, always had ties to the Philippines. I was in an anthropology class. Ang paper ko is The Black Market of Kidney Selling in the Philippines.
Oh my God.
Right?
Pagising mo na sa bathtub ka na, may yelo.
Oh, diba? And then, this was also where I discovered my work as an advocate. I was in college and I read an article in the New York Times about a Pilipina that would throw herself down the stairs on purpose kasi 8 na yung anak niya, wala siyang ipapakain sa anak niya. So when I read that article, I researched what the organization was in the Philippines that helps the women in the poorest slum areas of the Philippines. They're called Likaan. And I said, I want to raise money for your organization.
So this is what started you in that kind of advocacy of...
Yes. And so I reached out to Ted Benito, our friend Ted Benito.
Shout out!
Yes, shout out Ted Benito. And I said, hey, can we work together? Let's do the vagina monologues and raise money for these women.
Did they actually talk?
What did you say? Did they actually... Ano?
Sabi ko kasi, vagina monologue. Ang tagal ko na gusto itanong yun.
Do they talk? Oo, usapang puke to.
Okay, go. Alam ko
Kala mo, back down ako, ha? Hindi.
Okay, so tapos nun?
So I graduated college and then, you know, my poor husband who was working 3 jobs so that I could go to college and just take care of the kids, which was a wonderful experience.
Galing.
I told him, okay, may UCLA degree na ako. Uwi tayo sa Pilipinas for good.
What?
Yeah, this was 2014.
Oh, wow.
So we packed up. This was 2012.
Teka, what did he say nung sinabi mo with 2 kids?
2 kids. Sabi niya, game. I'll take your lead.
Nice.
We packed up everything. Everything. Guess mo kung ilang balikbayan box. Guess mo lang.
Of course, 10. Dahil everything eh.
Everything? 10 balikbayan boxes?
Jumbo box. Hindi. 20?
Ano ka ba?
30?
Ano ka ba?
40?
Lahat nga eh.
Putaragis.
70 balikbayan boxes. Thank you, Forex. Forex took care of me.
Binigyan ka ng okay.
They shipped 70 balikbayan boxes of all our shit.
They shipped it?
They shipped all of it to the Philippines.
Kala ko sinakay mo lahat sa aeroplano.
Dami nun ah.
Oo nga. 70?
Kala ko doon na kami.
70.
Kala ko doon na kami. At pagdating ko sa Pilipinas, may offer ako. TV5.
Uy.
I did a show with David Archuleta.
Yes.
Nandito ako. Ako yung nanay niya, no?
Can you
Nanay
imagine,
roles
no?
na. I was in my mid-30s at the time. And I asked the people at the time that were working with them, I said, I would love a development deal. You know, here in
What does that
America.
mean? What?
Here in America, a development deal is like, hindi ka lang artist.
Okay, para producer.
You're also producing. Right? So you're given a development deal to create your own shows. They weren't ready for that.
Wow.
They weren't ready for that because they just wanted me to act.
Kumbaga, putting a dog in the fight. Hindi nila nagigets na when you do it that way, mas invested yung talent to actually build.
Right. And also, I mean, the kind of content that I was trying to
yeah.
pitch, you know, were travel documentaries, talking about, you know, the second generation Filipino Americans coming back to the Philippines, discovering their roots. Like, it was not LCD.
Okay.
Lowest common denominator,
yeah,
diba?
yeah.
It wasn't rehashed stories. It was like, I wanted to do like, you know,
Something
cutting
new.
edge stuff.
Yeah.
Something new. They weren't ready for that.
Could it be they weren't ready for you?
Possibly. But I will say GMA Pinoy International gave me that break because I pitched to them
From the Philippines, huh?
the Balikbayan project with the Bascos. Dante Basco and his entire family went to the Philippines. We shot it all. And then when they left me 6 terabytes of footage
Oh my God.
that I worked day and night for 6 months to edit.
So ikaw ang producer niyan.
Ako yung producer, yung writer. So I sat down with my production company that I worked with for 6 months, going through all that footage to put together a 13-episode, 45-minute running time show.
So this is G Tongi 3.0 technically, no? Anong feeling having this knowledge in your back pocket? Talking to the likes of like directors and producers. Kasi dati artists, talent ka eh. Kumbaga parang, okay, acting na, okay, game na ba?
Oo. Stand here, do this. Etong linya mo.
Did it open your reticular to...
It was
Can you explain?
life-changing.
Okay.
It was life-changing because knowledge is power, right?
Right.
All of a sudden, you know what it takes to put a production together. You know how to put a line item, budget together. You know how to articulate all the production needs because you come from the artist side, but now you have the knowledge
production
of...
side, yeah.
And
Did it make you more empathetic? Or did it make you go, ano ba naman kayo?
it made me sad for our industry.
Kasi all of a sudden parang...
It made me sad because the reason we can't compete is economics. Economics, purely economics. We pay so much to these superstar artists
Yeah.
that
Walang-
all the other people get nothing.
Walang speculative na contract doon, no?
Ano yung speculative
Yung
contract?
tipong imbes na bayaran,
Residuals.
imbes na, di ba sa back end, di ba?
Wala. One time, big time.
Di katulad dito, parang this is the project.
I do one show here and I get residuals for
Right.
years. Years. Miski ako lang yung boses,
Mailbox money.
Yeah. I'm a SAG actor here. I'm an actor's equity
Explain to
artist.
them what SAG is. And I think, may ganun na ba tayo sa Philippines? Wala pa.
Balita ko, meron ng aktor.
Oy.
This organization of actors that are all the board members that have unionized to demand better conditions.
Especially for the non-superstars, di ba?
Yeah. And
Because SAG protects the lowest...
yeah, so SAG-AFTRA, it's the Screen Actors Guild, no?
Okay.
I was very fortunate that I did a commercial when I was a new mom. And I went to an audition. I saw it on actorsaccess.com. You guys have to check that out if you want to try to act. And I brought my kid with me who was in a carrier, 6 months.
second child.
First
First
child.
child. Oh,
First
wow.
child. Dala-dala ko yung anak ko, kakapanganak ko lang, 6 months pa lang, may audition na, kaya ko to. Dala ko yung anak ko. Pagpasok ko sa sabi ko, I'm sorry, I don't have anybody to leave my child with. And the producer, who was also the director, said, oh no, have your child in the room with you. And in this role, you're going to pretend like you're a battered wife. Yun yung audition. So, syempre, sa Pilipinas, anong mata gusto mo? Diba?
Ilan luha gusto mo lumabas dyan?
Yun lang pala eh. So, I play the mom that I was battered, you get hit, and then you react, and nandun yung anak ko. I booked the role, they Taft-Hartley'd me. Taft-Hartley
What does that
means
mean?
you're not part of the union, but they can't find anybody to do the role, so they will sort of sponsor you into the union.
Parang labor cert, ang dating. Okay.
So I got my SAG card.
Galing, no? Now, what are the benefits of getting...
So the benefits of having a SAG card is you can audition for SAG-only projects.
Wow.
But, the trajectory of my life has brought me into so many different directions that I haven't really been able to... The desire to want to be in front of the camera, the older and older I've gotten, has lessened so much.
Naging diminish
Oo. Kasi di ba, umuwi kami
Yeah.
ng Pilipinas.
By the way, nasa Pilipinas pa tayo, ha? Hindi pa natin pinag-uusapan yung pagbabalik mo, ha?
Well, that only lasted 2 years,
Why?
Paco.
70 balikbayan boxes. Tapos,
We shipped 40 back. Crazy, right?
Forex ulit.
Oo naman.
Okay.
Oo,
So,
kaibigan ko yung mga yun eh.
Ano nangyari? Bakit?
Ang nangyari is, it was so frustrating to just have opportunities as an actor. I would get the script the day before.
Typical.
Oo, pero alam mo yun, yung nakapag-aral ka na, 'di ba?
Naiiyak
Alam mo na kung anong kaya. It was so frustrating for me.
May talangka pa rin, no?
Parang hindi nawawala. And then, yung mga chismis na yung mga may baguhan na kakamusta sa'yo. Hi, Tita G! Bakit tita? I'm not your tita. Ganon.
Mamataray ka. Oh.
But I'm just like, oo, hindi naman ako tita mo Bakit mo ako tinitita? At kaya kami magkasundo ni Sharihil.
Oh.
God rest her soul.
I know.
A really, really dear friend of mine. So an opportunity presented itself, Paco. They were looking for a host for LA 18. Tagalog-speaking producer.
And you were in the Philippines when they were...
I was in the Philippines. I sent them my stuff, and I remember telling my husband, Tim, let's talk about this.
Is Tim Filipino?
Tim is a reverse coconut.
Okay.
So he's white on the outside.
Brown on the inside.
That's right. And I told him, if I get this is going to happen really fast. Are you ready? And he's like, yeah, no, we'll talk about it. The offer came in 2 weeks. And they needed someone to fill in Janelle So's shoes immediately. So they gave me, from the time they offered it to me, 2 weeks.
To migrate back.
To migrate back.
Let's talk about you being a decisive person.
Impulsive.
Is it different? Oh, okay.
It's very different. I'm very impulsive. I wanted to move to New York City at 21. Go!
Ano naman na napala mo sa pagiging impulsive? Marami naman benefits na magaganda, di ba?
I mean, the older I've gotten, the more that I realize that,
Reckless.
Someone who's impulsive, you can really attribute that to youth. You have nothing to lose when you're young, right? Youth is wasted on the young.
Yes.
But the older you get, I think you have to be more calculated.
Right.
Especially pag adulting na tayo, di ba?
Yeah.
Like you want to buy a house. Whew, that's a big commitment.
Yes.
Especially in America, may mortgage ka.
Yes.
Hindi katulad sa Pilipinas. Oh, one time, big time. Eto,
That's
bibili.
it.
Oo.
2 weeks. Si Tim, sinabi niya, okay, pag nakuha mo, alis tayo. Anong reaction ni Tim?
Hindi siya sumama sa akin. Hindi siya sumama. It took him until December. Naiwan siya.
With the kids?
Hindi. Dinala ko yung mga anak. Umalis muna ako. Bumalik ako, dinala ko yung mga anak ko.
At 40 na balikbayan box.
And 40. Shinip naman namin.
Bakit hindi sumama? Hi Tim, I wanna meet you. What? bakit hindi sumama si Tim? Kagad.
Because he was bar consulting at a new bar that was opening in Manila. He was getting all these opportunities.
So sayang
finally.
din.
Kasi 2 years.
Yeah.
We were there 2 years.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, people knew that he was a professional bartender. He was like working with Diageo and Shangri-La. Tapos ako biglang,
Sweet! Okay.
So that was 2014.
Now, that gig, guys, yung gig na sinasabi ni G, that gig is a one-woman show.
Correct.
Can you tell them what you had to do? Kasi ang concept sa Philippines, pag meron kang show, meron kang ganito, meron kang ganyan.
Meron kang writer, may PA ka, meron kang makeup artist, meron kang taga-book na mga guest mo. Eto, ako yung writer.
Yep.
Ako yung producer. Ako yung talent. Ako yung taga-book ng talent.
Ikaw ang makeup artist o nagdadala ka ng makeup artist?
Ako rin yung makeup artist. Pati sales, ako rin.
Yes.
I had one associate producer. And then a studio crew.
Right.
That would work on all of the shows. And I would give them, what went on the teleprompter. Talagang trial by fire, man.
Why'd you do it?
because this is what I've always wanted to do after college, is to not just be an artista.
This is you talaga, front and back.
Yeah.
Diba? Behind the scene,
And
in
you
front
know,
of the
it's really
camera.
empowering to be able to tell other people's stories like what you do.
Yeah,
It's empowering.
it is.
You give them a platform.
Yes. And naka-guest kami sa show mo as intro voice. Ngayon, kasi noong una pagbata ka, impulse, di ba? So impulsive, kinuha mo tong show na to. When did you realize na this has to end?
Well, it didn't. We were told. 2017.
So you were gonna do it kung hindi sinabing tumigil ka, you were gonna do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 2017, the network was bought
Yes.
by another broadcaster.
Ito yung sa Santa Monica, di ba?
And we were all out of a job. At first, I tried to do it for 3 months. I did it for 3 months to produce it by myself. And it's one thing to have a studio crew help you, but when you try to do something on your own, if you don't have a JJ,
Yes. Shout out, JJ Buen Camino.
lagot ka.
Tutulog yan, no? Hindi, totoo.
Ang hirap kung wala kang wingman.
Yep. And then your show is live.
My show is live 5 days a week. No, not naman 5 days a week. Some were taped, no? So, after that happened, I got lucky again because I met with my friends from Tanduay who were in America. They wanted to expand to the West Coast. So, I met with Tanduay and they were looking for someone to handle their activations
Nice.
for the West Coast. And they wanted to partner with the Golden State Warriors. That became my job.
May kilala ka ba sa Golden State Warriors ng
Hindi,
time na yun?
pero ako yung nag-negotiate.
Kita
noon.
mo, yun ang ibig sabihin eh, di ba? This time, hindi ka na impulsive. Calculated ka na mga.
Oo. I mean, when an opportunity presents itself to you, you have to make a calculated decision na, you know, I was a broadcaster. And then I moved into corporate, but I represented the Philippine brand.
How does having a diploma play into this?
Hey, having a UCLA diploma has opened doors for me.
So talaga yun naman ang i-share natin na, yeah, sinaisan tabi natin ang school, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have any power. Because it does, no?
It does. And what college really taught me was, may idea ka, isulat mo. Pero alam mo kung paano i-execute. Kasi I remember when I was younger, I used to talk about all these things I wanted to do. There's one thing to dream about something, and there's one thing to execute it.
Right.
Right? That's what college taught me. From a seed of a thought to the execution.
Oh my God. Yung mga APA format. My God.
MLA.
MLA. Oo. Mga footnotes, mga ganyan.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Okay.
Pero ikaw, you graduated
No,
from
I did
LaSalle?
not. No.
No.
They gave me an honorary.
Oh, di ba?
Eh, kasi com arts yun eh.
Oh.
Natapos ko naman technically, di ba?
Oh.
So, now that you were doing this, naipagtagpo mo ba ang Golden State Warriors sa Tanduay?
Oh yeah, there was a Tanduay rum suite
Wow.
at the Golden State Warriors in San Francisco.
And you brokered that.
I helped broker that, yes. And I activated all the community events. Filipino Warrior of the Day. We invited all of the local basketball groups that were Filipino. They got to play where the Golden State Warriors play.
You are G Tongi.
What does that mean?
It means there are some artistas who can't get over themselves. Okay? You were able to, and up to right now, you're still G Tongi, but multifaceted. Kumbaga kaya mong mag-roll up ng sleeves without losing your identity. Kasi sinusubaybayan kita eh. And I'm like, kung kaya niyang gawin, kaya ko rin gawin yan. Because dito sa America, we have to wear many hats eh, di ba?
We have to be hustlers.
Yes.
In the
right?
good sense.
Yes.
Wala tayong tinatapakan, right? We
Yes.
work hard, but we gotta hustle.
Dito sa Pilipinas, pag sinabi mo, ako, siga to, siga niyan, yan lang yung gagawin mo, di ba? Dito hindi. Kung anong opportunity ang pwedeng gawin, kailangan mong gawin. Now, I'm trying to get inside your head. You have kids, you're G Tongi, there are opportunities, some of them are not in production. Ito na yung marketing na to marketing opportunities
Yeah. So, I worked with Tanduay till 2018. And then I did some translating for an agency into Tagalog. Writer.
Galing naman.
Writer. This is the script. It's in English. We need it for the Tagalog community. Can you translate it for... So I had side gigs.
Para mga census, di ba?
Oo. And because the pandemic happened, I translated all of that copy.
Wow.
I was very lucky, and because of it, I also got an opportunity to work with Island Pacific, the
You
Filipino
said, yeah.
grocery store.
How did that come about?
So they were advertisers at my show at LA18.
Yes.
We had kept in touch, and one day...
This is Nino and Krista.
Yes.
Okay.
One day, the CEO calls me, Mr. Lim, who's no longer the CEO now. He stepped down. But he calls me to say, we're looking for someone to help us with marketing. Do you know anyone? Sige, punta ako dyan. Usap tayo. That conversation lasted several hours where I refused to leave until he hired me.
Ang galing, no?
Because I got
20.
so excited. Like, I know this brand. This is Island Pacific. And in America, saan ba nakikita ang pinakamaraming Pilipino? Sa grocery store.
Yes.
So I wanted to tell him how excited I was at the fact that we're not just selling products to eat. It's also the cultural hub of the community. And so my biggest, what really got me excited was that he was rebranding his private label.
What's a private label?
So private label is when you white label
Yes.
something.
Anong private? Like,
So kunwari, banana chips.
okay, parang Kirkland ng Costco, di ba?
Yan.
Anong white label
Pumunta
na?
kayo sa Island Pacific, may mga Island Pacific halo-halo mix,
Okay.
banana chips. Tingnan mo yung packaging. I worked on that with a team of amazing designers. And because of that, di ba, nagkaroon ng pandemic. Like you said, I rolled up my sleeves.
Yeah.
We need to have a rice reservation system because everyone's panicking over rice.
So,
I helped develop that. So, and at the same time, I was doing copywriting for an advertising agency that got the census, not the census, but the COVID communications for the Department of Health and Human Services. So because of it, I was able to buy my first house
during the pandemic.
during the pandemic.
Oh my God.
Hustling.
Si Tim nandito na noong time na yun.
Oh, he followed 3 months after I moved.
Kasi iniwan natin sa Pilipinas.
And then, you know, everything that I get to do, Paco, I can't do without my family.
And then, you know what, shout out din sa misis ko because siya nagpinturan nito, ha?
Props.
Right?
Yeah. They're our biggest cheerleaders,
Yes.
diba?
Yes, they are.
And I will say, my husband, Tim, anything I need, I can always rely on him.
Galing, no? Speaking of that, kailan ka naman sumama sa production? Because nag-reconnect tayo sa Here Lies Love. Diba?
Yes, I reached out to you.
Na-pressure ako nun, ha?
Ay, wala kang media package.
Wala. Kaya nga,
Oo.
hire natin siya.
Yeah, so I was able to...
Kwento.
My friend Jose Antonio Vargas, who is a Pulitzer Prize winning
You know what?
author.
Madadala mo ba rito si
Susubukan natin.
Jav?
Jav. Si JAV, he was the lead producer for Here Lies Love. So he calls me and he says, G, do you think you can help us with this show? And I was like, pang-community lang ako. Broadway to. Iba yan.
So dito nasindak ka ng konti.
Nasindak talaga ako. until the other producer, Diana Demena, called me to say, we need you. We need a community liaison to help with community outreach because this is an all-Filipino cast. They need the community to understand this is for them. So I started working with them in December of 2022. And in 2023, I went to New York City 16 times in the year.
Did you meet with David Byrne?
I've met David Byrne, yes.
Did you know who he was prior to meeting him?
Nope. I didn't know about burning down the house.
But you knew burning down the house.
I mean, I knew the song, but I
Right?
didn't know he wrote it.
Diba?
I didn't know he was this musical
Big,
genius.
yes, ng 80s. Oh my God.
I didn't know that. Although I had seen the show in Seattle
Okay.
because the producer Jet Tolentino invited me to watch it. I had no idea what I was walking into.
Oh my God. Isip mo, no? O tapos,
And because of that, my kids were able to experience Broadway at a level I never, ever in my wildest dreams thought I would be a part of. I had a badge that had all access. You know what I mean? I
Na-excite ako.
got to work with the most hardest working thespians in the world. You know how hard it is to work on Broadway?
oh yeah, kasi
8 shows.
real time.
8 shows. You're like, for those 2.5 hours you're there, oh my God, para silang athletes.
And you know what? Rigodon yan. Hindi ka pwedeng haharang-harang sa daan dyan. You have to know what your part is, whether you're in production or artist ka, you have to know where yan. Hindi ka pwedeng...
I got to see it up close and personal. I was so impressed. And you know, the reason Broadway is so expensive is because of the union houses. People have to belong to unions to
Yeah.
be able to work on these shows, right?
Have you seen them during lunch break?
No.
Oh my God. Setting up, di ba?
Oh.
Pagdating ng 12 o'clock, makikita mo wala ng tao.
Wala ng tao kasi.
Yeah.
And the reason I know this is because I'm in an equity show right now.
Oh, yes.
Here
Pag-usapan
in Los
natin din yan.
Angeles.
Yeah.
So, but you know, going back to this opportunity
Yeah.
to work with all of these Filipino actors and all of these Broadway veterans was a dream of a lifetime.
Who brought in Leia?
Clint Ramos.
So, did you know that you'd be working with Leia Salonga?
I didn't know initially, but it was so amazing. And there was even a little fiasco. I don't know if you...
yeah. Yung...
Oo, may mga tao na pumasok sa dressing room niya, tapos nataranta, tinanong niya, bakit kayo nandito? Tapos sinabi nila, si G Tongi, nag-name drop pa. Nasabi ko, so si Leia, nagtatanong, G, nandito yung mga kaibigan mo. Sabi ko, Leia, hindi ko kilala yung mga yan. Alam mo yun?
Grabe, no?
Pero nag-viral yun, ah.
Oo.
Nag-viral yun.
So, ano mga pangalan nila? Sabay ka.
Hindi ko nga kilala, hindi ko alam eh. Sorry.
How would you have dealt with that?
Leia is a consummate professional. And I believe that artists should have boundaries.
Yes.
Especially someone she's a Tony Award winner. Respetuhin naman natin yung
Yes.
space. And you know this, you're an artist. There's one thing to be a fan,
Pero that's your personal space, eh.
right? Don't encroach. And I always, whenever I see actors or artists na nagfa-fangirl ako, deadma lang kasi parang I know how it feels like when natataranta yung tao na nasa harapan mo kasi
Pero
nangyayari naman.
Nakakataranta, di ba?
Nakakataranta. Pero, respeto.
Tapos ang hindi naiintindihan ng mga tao, walang PAPA to, no? So,
Not when you're in the theater.
right? So Leia was just there.
In her dressing room.
Yes.
I've never talked about that, Paco, to anybody, like any media,
Yes.
just because I chose to not say anything because, who naman wants to say, hindi ko kilala yan. Diba?
Yes.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Pero unfair, eh, di ba? I mean,
unfair,
to set the record straight, unfair sa'yo. For them to name drop you, wala kang kalaban-laban.
And ayoko naman na lumabas sa press na, hindi ko sila kilala. Sino sila?
Correct.
parang mata pobre yung dating eh.
Correct.
'Di ba? Na hindi ko naman talaga sila kilala pero hindi ko sasabihin 'yun, 'di ba?
Grabe, ano? It's unfortunate. And hopefully hindi na mangyari yun in the future. 'Di ba? Kasi,
Alam mo, I wanna say na sa komunidad natin, there's a celebrity sort of, what we call here in America, and you can bleep this, okay? Starfuckers. They just wanna be with artists na sikat. 'Di ba? May mga tao na selfie lang sila ng selfie, iba-ibang artista, na parang by association, nagiging sikat sila.
collection nila yon.
Oo. And, hey, you do you. But also, there has to be sort of like
Boundary.
respeto.
Tulad nga na sinabi mo, it's a live production. People are tired. People are focused on the craft. That wasn't part of the deal. We're still talking about yung mga pumasok sa
Oo.
backstage.
Bumili ka ng ticket. Nanood ka ng show.
That was it. Tapos na yun.
Tapos,
Ngayon, kung nakasingit ka sa loob, dapat yung bragging rights mo na. Di ba? Pwede kang dumaan na lang na, nasa loob ako, guys. And then, wag mo na kulitin yung artist. Nasa loob ka ni. Na hindi ka na nahuli.
pero ito, in-upload pa sa YouTube. Wow. What are you looking for pag yun yung ginawa mo?
Yeah, yun nga sinasabi mo. Di ba? Na all eyes on me. Yun ang nangyari. So 15 minutes of fame.
Yun.
Di ba? When that ended, did it open another avenue in you? Kasi may ginagawa ka na naman eh. Nung nagte-text tayo parang, may play na naman.
Oo nga.
Talk about it.
I don't act a lot. It's very time-consuming. It's all-encompassing.
Why'd you take it?
Because the story was just too good to pass
Oh,
up.
sige, game. Can we talk about it?
Absolutely.
Okay, go.
Mix, the Filipino adventures of a German Jewish boy.
Who wrote this?
Bonnie B. Alvarez, an amazing Filipino-American playwright who teaches at USC, went to Harvard. Talagang ang galing niya magsulat.
How did they reach out to you?
So the director, John Lawrence Rivera, is someone that I've worked with in the past at East West Players when I did
Oy.
Criers for Hire. And they asked me if I was available to do a reading. Reading lang. Hawak mo yung script.
Yeah.
Babasahin mo lang. May konting blocking. Oh, sure. No problem. Gagawin ko yan. Isang rehearsal. So ginawa ko yung reading. Tapos eto na. We're gonna do the full production. Are you available? Sabi ko, wow, ang ganda ng storya, pero yung time commitment,
Yeah, kasi Island Pacific, advertising agency, mommy, wife. Did I miss anything?
dancer.
Okay, so what was going through your head kayong dalawa ni Tim? Are we taking this? Are we not taking this gig?
Yeah, so it was a whole family conversation, and I really needed to lahat sila. Okay guys, eto. Gusto ko gawin to. Can you hold down for me? That really was the conversation, right? Because if I do this, it's going to take so much time commitment.
Is it Thursday, Friday? Ano ba? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
So Wednesday matinee for
Okay.
students, Thursdays at 8 p.m., Fridays at 8 p.m., Saturdays at 8 p.m., and Sundays at 4. But the rehearsal period
Wow.
was 6 to 10:30 for an entire month before. I was gone a lot.
And your part here is?
I play multiple characters.
Oh.
It really is an acting tour de force
When you say multiple characters, in one night or some nights you're playing this?
in one night.
Oh my God.
You have to see it, Paco.
I will. Oh,
Yeah.
sige.
The ensemble, it's an ensemble piece where all the actors, except for 3 characters, play multiple roles. And so each act is about an hour. and from start to finish, we recreate Mount Banahaw during World War II.
Is this in Tagalog or English? English.
Both.
Oh my God.
Both. You have, so it's a true story, ah. During the war, World War II, the German Jewish community went to the Philippines.
Doon sila na-relocate?
Oo.
Okay.
They were refugees.
Refugees, yeah.
And they lived in the Philippines. The story that this is based on is a man who went to the Philippines when he was a boy. And they had to escape to the mountains of Banahaw when the Japanese invaded the Philippines. So this is what takes place at the opening act. We're running up a mountain.
So namundok kayo?
Namundok kami. Yung buong play, bundok.
Oh my
So
God.
medyo mainit.
Oh my God.
May lamok.
May ano ba?
May bayad o may bayad.
No pun intended ha. May drama ba sa stage
Oh yeah.
among actors?
Luckily this cast, so it's made up of 5 Filipino Americans and 4
Non-Filipino.
Caucasian Americans. 2 are Jewish. We love each other. I think it's because we literally had to recreate what it feels like to be on a mountain, that we are all, wala kaming drama.
Wow.
Wala kaming drama sa isa't isa. We really leave it on the stage. And the story is so beautiful. The design is beautiful. Like, it's just something I'm really, really proud of na kung hindi nyo mapanood, kasi June 16, it closes already. We've been
Oh my
open
God.
for 2 weeks now.
I should find
weeks now.
time, yeah.
We've been open for 3 weeks now. If you don't get to see it, you're gonna miss out on such a beautiful piece of art. And that's what we've created. As a theater actress, I seldom make art. It has to be good. It's so good.
Speaking of making art, pag-usapan natin ng FPAC.
Isa pa yun. Nako.
Because you're very much, nagulat ako when you reached out, and the only reason why we did that was because of you, ha?
Thank you.
Especially nung nalaman kasi ang taas ng talent fee mo eh. Tapos sinabi ko kay Jonathan, ito lang ang talent fee na binibigay ni G. And Jonathan's like, hindi, si G yan eh.
Thank you.
Kasi diba, I said, let me get back to you. I have to talk to the guys.
Yes,
diba?
yes. So as a non-profit professional, I got my master's in the pandemic to really understand how to bring resources to the Filipino-American artist community. And we produce the longest running festival in Los Angeles called the Festival of Philippine Arts and Culture, FPAC. You've performed there before.
2005.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm the new sort of leadership. I'm the executive director. I have a board of directors, and I write all the grants. I manage all the programming.
My God.
I fundraise.
Which means today, as we're taping, inaayos mo na yung for next year.
No, for this year.
For this year pala. O nga pala, this year na nga
is
pala
the
ngayon.
30th anniversary
Oo nga pala.
on September 14.
Po-promote natin yan.
Yes, and we are going back to San Pedro, California.
Yes.
So, nananawagan ako sa mga vendors, small businesses, artists who want to be part of the longest running Filipino
Filipino-American Festival, yeah.
Yes. Kasi ngayon marami ng mga festival,
We'll
di ba?
put the link ha, para at least they can...
Yes. And you can be part of this legacy.
Galing, no?
So 30 years. There's a lot of pressure.
Parang yung relationship namin ni G Tongi.
Oo nga!
30 years.
Tama! Wow!
Di ba?
Now that you put that into context, parang,
Kasi tanda po ng relationship namin
oh
ng FPAC.
nga! That's right.
May time ka pa talaga.
A lot of people know that I'm really busy, but I swear to you, that's another thing college taught me. Time management. Lahat ng oras ko talagang...
Before I let you go, no, pinaka-importanting part, and feeling ko kaya ka successful, you now have the ability to say no. I think na master mo na ang art of saying no eh.
There is a YouTube page. You should Google it. It's called The Power of the Positive No. When someone asks you something, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. If it's not, oh, game. And I also know that when I ask other people, if they say no, I change the question. Because if someone says no, I'm just asking the wrong question. I just have to ask the right question. Diba? It's a lot, but, I wake up excited about life. I have a purpose. What more could you want? Diba? I think having a purpose in life, I have pets. Diba? That, wow, I get to spend time with my pets. Enjoy na enjoy ako. Kasi alam ko yung oras ko talagang sobrang limited, So every opportunity that I get to spend with anybody that I am with, I really try to make sure that I'm present in
the
those
moment.
moments.
Yeah.
That's what yoga taught me. Which I still, I'm very religious about going to yoga. Some people are religious, they go to church. I go to my mat. Take the physical aside, it teaches me na, wow, ang hirap nito. Ang hirap nito. But this too shall pass.
Yung yoga mo
Hinga
ba?
ka lang. Hinga ka lang.
Hindi yan yung Bikram, ha?
Hindi. Ko kaya yun.
Trinay ko yun.
Ha?
Sa Philippines. Of all places. Alam mo, ba't ko trinay?
Hindi ka hinamatay?
Ito na nga. Ako naman i-share ko lang may kilang.
Kwento.
Yung kaibigan ko, sabi sa akin, gusto mo mag-Bikram yoga? Sabi ko, yan ba yung mainit? Oo, ito yung mainit. Sabi ko, sige, sasama ako. Kaya ako lang gusto sumama kasi mainit yun eh. So malamang nasa Pilipinas lahat ng babae ron naka-bikini lang siguro na tsaka naka-bra, di ba? Sabi ko maraming lalaki, hindi puro babae ito. Sasama ako.
Pero hihimatayin ka naman.
Pagdating ko ron, G, wala akong pakialam kahit may nakatuwad sa harapan ko. Ang tinitingnan ko yung oras parang ako lang ang lalaki na nandun at hindi ako hihimatayin sa harapan nito mga babaeng to.
Nakakahiya to.
And then during the break, may break eh. Break, 5 minutes. I kid you not. Lahat sila umiinom. Ako yung maliit na buta sa bintana, yung ilong ko nakalabas.
Ang hirap.
Respect to you and the mat. Hindi ko kaya.
It is mental.
Mental.
I do hot yoga, not Bikram, but in a room that's 95
Oh.
to 98 degrees.
Oh my God.
It's a lot, but it really teaches me to just hinga.
Diba?
Kasi minsan pag we doubt ourselves, hindi natin alam, paano ba to? Paano ba natin? Hinga ka lang.
And do it for the right reason. Hindi yung wrong.
Ayan.
Oh my God. So, anong advice sa mga bata ngayon? Iba na yung generation eh. May anak ka magka-college, may anak kang high school. Anong advice mo sa mga anak mo na pwede mong i-share sa mga nanonood sa atin ngayon, sa mga parents na nanonood sa atin ngayon?
So, June is Pride Month. I have a non-binary child. My eldest is non-binary. And we are constantly faced with a lot of changes in society. I understand, as people that are older, we're very set in our ways. And I think my advice to the young people is, what does it look like for you to listen? Kasi I think elders will always have something to say. Hindi mo matatanggal sa matanda yan. But what does it look like to listen so that elders may understand? Because, and also my advice to people like us that are parents, right? is we're also so set in our ways. We're busy. We can't do this. We can't. But what does it look like to listen to the younger generation? We have a lot to learn from each other. And if there's any regret in my life, it was I never sat with my lola to make kwento.
Ooh.
I never, because I was so young, they were so old, it felt like
May gap.
malaking, we come from different generations, they grew up in the war, wala akong alam dyan. But now that I'm getting older, what does it look like for us to listen and to have these conversations? And I want to say thank you. After 30 years, we know each other a little better, don't we?
I love you. So, final question. Magpi-PhD ka ba?
Hindi. Terminal degree na yung aking master's in non-profit management. I can't go any higher. I love learning, but my PhD is life. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss G Tongi. Lahat na pinag-usapan namin, yung mga links na kailangan nyo hanapin, we'll put it in the description. And please support G. And please send her a message kahit sa mga comments. Respect, salute, and always make it a great day. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Paco. Paco's Place.
Thanks for coming by though.